Hello, and welcome to Study on Rabies. I'm your host, Briscoe Nance, and I will be leading you on this journey of discovery. Today, we will be learning about rabies. Now, there are many myths about rabies, but here today, I'm going to tell you about the facts. Now please join me as I tell these facts through a little story. These young entrepreneurs are looking to take out a rival businessman, but they must figure out how. Now, rabies can't go through unbroken skin, and so it must have an insertion point. It will travel using the peripheral axon neurons and travel up to the brain. From there, it will start affecting. This incubation period takes about 1 to 3 months, and so they must wait. But it is, in fact, fatal. This makes it most effective. Now our young business entrepreneurs must go prepare to meet their rival. A normal brain is made up by the central nervous system, the brain and the spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system, which contain the cranial and spinal nerves. The peripheral nervous system is further divided into the somatic nervous system, which controls voluntary function, and the autonomic nervous system manages the involuntary functions. One of the most important cells of the nervous system are the neurons. These cells carry messages to and from the central nervous system by sending electrical signals between their spread out fibers to other neurons and eventually to their intended target. The sensory neurons send impulses to the central nervous system, while the motor neurons send impulses to the muscles. Interneurons send messages inside the central nervous system. Now that the victim has become infected, we can start to see the symptoms that will appear and the changes in the body. First, let's look at furious rabies. The victim will see hallucinations.
Deja vu, I just been in this place before. Higher on the street, and I know it's my time to go. Going new, and the search is a mystery. Standing on my feet, it's so hard when
the victim will also have hydrophobia. This is believed to be caused by the victim's inability to swallow well. Insomnia, fever, hyperactivity, and finally, the victim will either die of drowning in their own saliva, heart arrhythmia, or muscle spasms in the diaphragm. The second type of rabies is called paralytic rabies. The victims will have partial paralysis followed by complete paralysis and will end in the same deaths as furious rabies. The most common carrier in the U.S. is bats, as dogs have become more commonly vaccinated. Rabies deaths are also down due to our funds to be able to vaccinate pre-symptoms, in which case, rabies becomes fatal. Other countries have deaths by the hundreds of thousands due to their inability to pay a $45 vaccination fee on a $1 daily income. Every 15 minutes, there's a death by rabies. Rabies is a fatal disease, which is why it is standard procedure to be vaccinated after any wild animal bites someone, or even if a person was sleeping when a bat was loose in a room. The vaccine will be given to the deltoid region only if the symptoms have not shown up. If the symptoms have shown up, the vaccine is harmful, and the victim will be placed in a medical coma in the hopes that the body will be able to fight off the virus with this extra time. This is unlikely. If you see an animal or a human with excessive saliva, unresponsiveness, aggression, and general inability to function like normal, they may be infected. The next step is to stop the further spreading of the disease to protect the public health. This can be done by you when you vaccinate your dog.
Deja vu, I just been in this place before. Higher on the street, and I know it's my time to go. Going new, and the search is a mystery. Standing on my feet, it's so hard when I try to be me. Whoa, deja vu, I just been in this time before. Higher on the beat, and I know it's a place to go. Going new, and the search is a mystery.